All right. Eric Arnold here in the the Sports Barn. We're in the Sports Barn. I'm getting confused. It's the same barn. I just forget what episodes we're shooting. It's a Sports Barn episode, and it is the 15th of October, early Saturday morning. We'll get it together. I'm just so excited about this big day of sports coming up. Baseball, college football, all 4 division series play today, Saturday. And the Phillies are 1 game away from the NLCS, where they would play possibly the Padres. Both the Braves and the Dodgers, that far from being out of it. Holy cow. This is, now I had a thought, and we got a whole slew of college football picks for you too. So we got 2 baseball picks for you and a slew of college football picks before we start getting into this. Oh, and then we are going to have a PoliticsBarn, that's the handle, at rumble.com. That also will be up new tonight. So always go there to Rumble and check my thing out. There's going to be new episodes again and again and again and again. So you just got to keep going there looking for the new content and you'll find it. All right, at any rate, well, let's go down the line in order of importance. The Phillies crushed the Braves today in Game 3 as Aaron Nola was good. He was good enough. And they were able to get the super rookie, Steven Strider, he of the super fastball or whatever the hell. Guy has some records now for strikeouts for rookies. But they got to him. I mean, there was a key moment in the game early. And I thought, history repeats itself. History repeats itself. There was a legendary game in 2008 in Philadelphia where Brett Myers, the pitcher, fouled off pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch against CC Sabathia, and Brett Myers was a terrible hitter. And Sabathia couldn't get him out. And ultimately he ended up walking him, and that led to a big grand slam 2 batters later by Shane Victorino. And here the same thing happened. Stott, I think, I can't even tell you his first name. He fouled off all kind of pitches. He's not a very good hitter. And I thought, come on, Brett Myers, come on. And sure enough, he gets a big hit, gets on, and then hit, and then boom, intentional walk. For some God unknown reason, they intentionally walked Schwarber to get to Hoskins, and he hit a 3-run home run, and then it was Katie bar to the door. So the Phillies are 1 win away, and I think they're going to get it. That's one of our picks right here. Phillies as an underdog. They just won 9-1. 9-1, and they're an underdog at home? What? No. I know the thinking is, well, who they're going to pitch? Yeah, who indeed? Because it won't be Nola, it won't be Wheeler, it won't even be Ranger Suarez. They're going to throw probably some combination as far as starting goes of Noah Syndergaard, probably mix in some Andrew Bellotti, whether he's the opener or he follows up in inning 5 or 6, and then they'll roll out Alvarado and Hand and Sir Anthony, and that'll be that. They got Charlie Morton going. I mean, Charlie stinks. That guy is just old. He was never that good to begin with. He's chronically overrated. Subscriber X. I know you're a Charlie Morton fan. And I think the Phillies take him tomorrow. It's just too much momentum. Too short of a turnaround. They're playing this game at 2 p.m. They just finished this game a few hours ago. The Braves are barely going to have time to do anything other than just go right back to the stadium with their same crummy swings they had today. And I'll tell you this right now. Put it down, mark it down. You heard it here first. If I can find my marker, which of course I had it and now I can't find it. That's figures. Well, I was going to write it down, but I can't write it down because I can't find my marker. But You heard it here first. Kyle Schwarber goes deep, not once, not twice, but 3 times tomorrow. Put it down. 3 home runs for Kyle Schwarber tomorrow. It's going to be something crazy like that, where the Phillies are just going to break out and guys that you didn't expect to do things, or things that you didn't think they could do, they're going to do it in spades, and they're going to score all kind of runs. And I think that's what we're looking at. So, Phillies plus 110. We're looking for that tomorrow, as well as the marker, which disappeared. Here it is. Schwarber, 3 home runs. 3 home runs for Schwarber tomorrow. All right. Because anybody can call for 1 home run, and a lot of guys hit 2 home runs. But only Reggie Jackson hits 3 home runs in his playoffs. Now the next one is the Astros. Excuse me. And we're going to take the Astros. I think the Mariners have pretty much shot their load. In other words, they should have won Game 1. They could have won Game 2. And I think that's it for them now. In other words, you had 2 cracks at wins. You blew them both. The Astros might play a good game now, and it'll be over. So I would expect the Astros. And it's basically a 50-50 series, or a 50-50 game. That makes no sense at all to me. It's not like the Mariners are throwing their best pitcher. They're throwing George Kirby. I mean, that's nice. You know, nice. Not thrilling, but nice. The Astros have McCullers. You know, that's just as good as Kirby. Astros are a superior team. You're getting value there at minus 105. Now, the other 2, I could see. I kind of said, I guess I should stick with what I said initially, that the Indians would win that series against the Yankees. And now they're set up to do it, having won a game in Yankee Stadium. But I don't know. I could just see that one going either way tomorrow or later today. Just can't quite, pin that one down. So we'll leave that go. And there was no line as I walked out here to the studio on the Dodgers-Padres yet. But, I mean, damn, the Padres really have the game-winning goal on their stick right now. They need one more win. And the guy that just blew the house down against the 100-win Mets, did they win 100? I think they won 99. Whatever. Joe Musgrove, the guy that puts whatever the hell he puts on his ears, which we're not 100% sure if it's legal or not. We think it's legal. He is pitching against Tyler Anderson. What an advantage for the Padres. So I'm thinking the Padres may even be favored in that game against the 111 wins? Is that what they had? And they're on the verge of being knocked out? Now, here was my thought on this new format. If this holds the way this is going, where you lose the Mets, you lose the Braves, you lose the Dodgers, you potentially lose the Yankees, I have a feeling you might not see this format next year. I mean, right now, this is a nightmare for Rob Manfred. He's going, damn, we thought we had a format that would favor the favorites. And here the opposite's happening with that, and I think that you may have seen this coming in that you have a team lay off while the other team's playing. That may erase some of the advantage you have because one team's in rhythm and the other team is trying to get going in a short series, no less. In other words, if it was a long series, all right, we dropped the first game, but we still got 6 more games to get it going. Well, now you're in a short series and you drop the first series or played poorly in the first 2 games, it's over. So I don't know if we'll see the same format next year. I could see MLB immediately rushing to the boardroom going, well, this is outrageous. We had the Padres against the Phillies. That's ridiculous. Harumph, harumph, harumph. We can't have that. So we'll see how that goes. All right, quick teaser for the political episode. This is important. Pay attention. Here is a border. Here is a town called Belgorod or Belgrade, something like that. I'll have to look that up. Missiles flew and hit the Russian city of Belgrade, or Belgorod, something like that. It's about the size of Pittsburgh, this city. So Ukrainian missiles flew over and hit this Russian city, hit the power plant. Boom. That happened within the last 24 hours. You probably didn't hear about it. The Ukrainians deny they did it. They say that it was Russian missiles that accidentally were launched by Russians and somehow hit their own power plant. You think that happened? Well, maybe that happened. I mean, that's pretty unlikely, but it might have happened. So here you've got Ukrainian missiles hitting a Russian city. Not a Russian captured city. This is actually Russia. So just saying, stay tuned for the Politics Barn. All right, college football. Here we have Michigan. I tried to just pick the good games, the big games, the games you would give a shit about. So we tried to pick those. Michigan, we're going to take them -7 over Penn State. It just feels like a game where, James Franklin, he's a great coach. He has a great team, but not an elite team, as he himself says. And we think Michigan is an elite team, and they will take care of business. Kansas +9 against, who are they playing again? Oklahoma. I mean, I don't know. I just look. This could be a super trap that Oklahoma just lost 49-0. 49-0. I'm right on that. I mean, I was drinking pretty heavily last Saturday, but I think that was the score. I remember saying to myself, or whoever I was with, that's got to be the biggest loss I've ever had to Texas. 49-0? Look, good teams don't lose 49-0. I know, Captain Obvious, but they don't even have a bad game and lose 49-0. It just, that's like one of those things that just doesn't happen. There's no way you can explain it. There's no way you can spin it. There's no way you can say, we played Alabama. I mean, it just, Oklahoma's not a good team. So I don't know how on earth Kansas is a 9-point underdog. So we're going to take the points. Texas, they coming off a 49-0 win. So we're going to lay the 15.5. They're playing Iowa State, which seems like Iowa State's generally a pretty tough team, but I don't know. We just kind of have a feel right now that Texas is on a bit of a roll. So we're going to lay the points with Texas. We went back and forth on this one. This is a big powerhouse showdown in the Western Division of the Big Ten. We got Mr. Row the Boat, P.J. Fleck from Minnesota versus Brett Bielema at Illinois. Both, I think, have one loss, or does, I cannot think. I'm not sure if they both have one loss or one team has 2 losses. It doesn't matter. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and lay the 6.5. Illinois' quarterback is rumored to be out. Minnesota's best running back is rumored to be in, and we think that'll make all the difference. Coastal Carolina, hey, I thought you were picking all the big games. Well, they're undefeated, so I thought we'd have to throw them in. They're going to cover against whoever the hell they're playing. Old Dominion. We like Ole Miss, -15 against Auburn. I don't think Auburn's very good, judging by how they got crushed at home by Penn State, who, like I said, Penn State's great. They're great. They're not elite. They're just great. So 15, I think that'd be I think Ole Miss can get there. Here's an interesting little game. At Syracuse, both teams undefeated. Syracuse, North Carolina State. I just think North Carolina State's just a cut above Syracuse, and I'm not afraid to lay, or we're getting 3 points too. So I think that's probably in our favor. Arkansas, that's an interesting game. They've been playing college football for what now? 150 years? Is that about what it is? They started right after the Civil War, right? So in all that time, Arkansas has never played Brigham Young. Ever. Never. So this will be the first meeting between these two schools. I think Arkansas matches up pretty well here with Brigham Young. I think they're going to outmuscle them. We'll take the 1 point at Provo with the Hogs. Georgia, sure. I mean, they'll probably win that game 40-0 and cover. Here you gotta love this one. You just gotta love this game. Alabama at Tennessee. I mean, they're going to have 150,000 people there. 110 they'll squeeze in the stadium. The other 40 will be probably ringed around the stadium. They've been waiting for this game in Knoxville for 20 years. They think they're back. They think they're competitive. They think they're going to win the national championship. I think Alabama's going to boat race these guys, especially after what happened last week, where Nick Saban kind of pulls his punches against Jumbo there in Tuscaloosa. He had to play a backup quarterback, and Jumbo beat him around a little bit. The Jumbo that insulted him in the offseason. So Saban's had to sit there all week and kind of just be a little bit unhappy, and I'm pretty sure his team is a lot bit unhappy after a whole week of unhappy Saban. So woe be the Tennessee Volunteers. Lay the 9 with Bama. I think the wrong team's favored in this next game. Oklahoma State, they're undefeated. TCU, they're undefeated. Games at TCU, I don't know. Oklahoma State's been a good team now for the last few years. We think Mike Gundy's a good coach. He's no longer 40, but he's a really good coach. I'm not sold on Sonny Dykes. I think getting 4 points here is a gift. We'll take Oklahoma State. Here's the best team you never heard of. James Madison. Yeah, who's that? Right. Well, they keep adding these weirdo schools out of God knows where they get them. And sometimes they're good. And this one's good. James Madison's in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And I think they're in the Sun Belt. And they may just go ahead and win the Sun Belt. I mean, they've already beaten Appy State. Remember, Appy State beat Texas A&M. So they're 12.5-point favorites against Georgia Southern. We'll go ahead and take Madison. They've covered 5 straight games, won 5 straight games, make it 6. Clemson minus 4.5 at Florida State. There's another team. Is Florida State back? Are they going to reestablish their Bowden dominance in the ACC? No, Clemson, lay the 4.5. Mississippi State at Kentucky. The mama liked Mississippi State. My gut tells me Kentucky. Leave it the way it is. Mississippi State, we'll leave it there. And then lastly, we got USC at Utah, another massive game. USC undefeated. It's not going to be cold up there in the mountains. So USC's not going to have to worry about that. I think this sets up pretty well here for USC. This could be Lincoln Riley's coming out party. And we're going to go ahead and take the Trojans. Except we're getting the 3.5. We're not laying it. We're getting it. There you have it. Okay, that's what we have there. We're going to talk more about the missile attack on Russian soil. Putin he made some kind of declaration about full measures of the Russian defenses when this sort of thing, if and when this could happen. So we're going to talk about that. I think it's important. And we will talk to you later. Oh, one more item in case we don't get to it. Mark was, I could know how his beady little mind works. He's nervous about the game on Sunday. He's showing the false bravado. He's already backed his score down from 27-13 to 24-13. By kickoff, it'll probably be 21-13. And I don't know, he's a little nervous. I'm picking the Cowboys myself. I think this is going to be a tough game for the Eagles, and the score is going to be close, and the Eagles will be lucky to win. That's how I see that game going, in case I don't get to make another video for y'all. Good, great, thanks. We appreciate you being here. Stay tuned for the Politics Barn on Rumble, and we'll talk again.